I pray that his soul rests in peace and he has the best life wherever he is and we will make him proud in every way. It is because of him that the world is still surviving and we should all be proud of him in every way. In every way.
See that lady on your screens. See her tears. Feel her grief. Hear her cries. I'm proud of you in every way, says Himanshi, who lost her husband just 8 days after tying the knot with the Lieutenant Vinay Narwal. 28 people lost their lives in Pahalgam attack. But some tales strike a deeper chord, strike a deeper grief than others. Navy officer Vinay Narwal and his wife Himanshi were on a short vacation. They had just gotten married on the 16th of April, but their marriage was cut short by cowardly terrorists. Navy officer Narwal's remains were brought back to the national capital today, where he was paid last respects. His wife is shell-shocked, numb, but this brave woman still has the strength to fight till the very end.
I pray that his soul rests in peace and he has the best life wherever he is and we will make him proud in every way. It is because of him that the world is still surviving and we should all be proud of him in every way. In every way.
My colleague Yavar now joins us from Lal Chowk. Yavar, perhaps for the first time around, Jammu and Kashmir is today seeing protests against the terror attacks.
Well, exactly. There has been the scores of protests that were held across the Kashmir Valley, length and large, be it from the political side, be it from the civil society side, or those affiliated with the tourism or the trade industries. We have witnessed it since the morning that there has been a massive protest that were emerging, particularly at the city center. And in fact, right now you can see that still there's a lot of tourists and locals who are protesting against this act, terror act, which has unfolded, unfortunately. in the Pahalgam. In fact, we spoke to the Mahbub Mufti earlier this day. In fact, she said that this is the shameful act and one can hardly apologize to entire country or this issue. Now, pertinent to mention here is that the Home Minister has left for the New Delhi and is expecting to arrive Delhi shortly from now. He held a detailed review meeting, security review meetings at the Srinagar Technical Airport, Rajma. Before leaving for the New Delhi, he was also briefed in fact by the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha over the operational preparedness that have been put in place and intensified in the western place of the Pahalgam, and there has been the security alertness that have been put in place across the Kashmir Valley, so as in the Jammu, particularly to the hypersensitive and sensitive locations. The national highways have been secured with the foolproof security cover. We have been given the understanding that the sources are indicating that in the coming days there will be the security audit for the tourist destination all across, because the government is on the toes of exporting at least new 70 tourist locations in the Kashmir Valley, and we have been witnessing that there's a message that came in from the Chief Minister as well, asked the people to stand unity this time, and we have been given the understanding by the sources within the government that at 6 p.m. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has called for an emergency cabinet meeting at his Gupka residence Srinagar, and it's likely that he will call for the all-party meeting tomorrow to assess the situation aftermath the bloodshed that have split in the Pahalgam. Back to you.
We also know that there were women who were protesting at Lal Chowk. What exactly were they protesting about?
Well, exactly. If we talk about this Lal Chowk, let me ask Maharaj to come with me, and we will have a word with some of the people there. Before we can go there, first let me show you that how this entirely area has been cordoned off by the forces all recalled, because they are ensuring that there will be a foolproof security cover for those who are protesting here. And on the other side, the locals, they are in fact demanding that there should be the adequate range of this measures that should be taken place, because remember in the morning we saw that how the people they have been rushed in to the airports. There was a huge jam that have been witnessed, but somehow we witnessed that this has now come down after the back-to-back message that came in from the locals, from the people here. In fact, we saw many of the people that are crying, saying that this is a disastrous attack and one should have only condemned this act, because this has in fact left the footprints that will years to come have to bear all across.
Yes. Priyank is also joining me now from Baramulla. Priyank, after Pahalgam incident, there were 2 terrorists who were neutralized in Baramulla as well. What do we know about the whereabouts of the perpetrators of Pahalgam tragedy?
Priya, both the terrorists were from Pakistan and they were trying to infiltrate in the Indian sector. This happened in the Uri sector when the security forces finally managed to locate their identity, and when they opened fire on the security personnel, so there was a retaliatory firing. And a short while from now, we are at this press conference where the brigadier of the 19th division will be holding a press conference. And what I have also personally seen, that AK-47 rifle and Chinese make of cartridges in huge quantity has also been recovered. They have been Pakistani currency notes which has also been found from the possession of these 2 people. So in a short while from now, we are expecting that press conference will be conducted. But certainly this is a very major evidence with respect to the proof of Pakistan's involvement in the previous years is concerned, because the manner in which 27 tourists have been attacked, this has never happened in the history of Jammu and Kashmir, where the tourists were made to be the target. If you look at the kind of press statement and the claim which has come out from this resistance group, they have been talking about that these were not normal individuals, and they have been quoting about the 2 one from the defense personnel and second one from the IB who were also attacked by these individuals. Once media started talking about that the identity of these individuals, this resistance group also came out and they tried to take more advantage of this particular attack.
उठाएगी जो जरूरी और उपयुक्त होगा। और हम सिर्फ उन लोगों तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे जिन्होंने इस घटना को अंजाम दिया है, हम उन तक भी पहुंचेंगे जिन्होंने पर्दे के पीछे बैठकर हिंदुस्तान की सरजमी पर ऐसी नापाक हरकतों की साजिशें रची हैं। भारत एक इतनी पुरानी सभ्यता और इतना बड़ा देश है जिसको ऐसे किसी भी आतंकी गतिविधियों से किसी भी सूरत में डराया नहीं जा सकता। ऐसी हरकतों का जिम्मेदार और इसके जिम्मेदार लोगों को आने वाले कुछ ही समय में जोरदार तरीके से नजर आएगा। मैं देशवासियों को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं। साथियों, आज आप लोगों ने जो आयोजन किया है उसमें सबसे पहले मैं मार्शल ऑफ द इंडियन फोर्स अर्जन सिंह जी की स्मृति को नमन करता हूं और उनको अपनी हार्दिक श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं। मुझे यह जानकर अच्छा लगा कि आप सभी उनकी स्मृति में यह कार्यक्रम प्रतिवर्ष करते हैं। अपनी बात प्रारंभ करने से पहले मैं भारतीय वायुसेना को उनके अदम्य साहस और पराक्रम के लिए हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं। जिस प्रकार से वायुसेना भारत की सुरक्षा में तत्पर है, उसे देखकर हर भारतवासी
Defense Minister Rajnath Singh sending an unequivocal message. Not only will those who were the foot soldiers, faces of those terrorists playing out on your screens right now, will face the wrath of India's might, but also those who have been pulling their strings, sitting across the borders in Pakistan, will have to be made accountable. Direct attack by Union Defense Minister Rajnath Singh there, Priyank, on Pakistan. He is saying we will not only drag out those who did this, but also those who were their handlers, who were behind the planning, the plotting, and the masterminds.
Yes, Priya, a very big message coming out from the Raksha Mantri himself, where he is talking about that what could be the possibility of further action by the Indian government, because the CEC meeting is still, everyone is waiting for the CEC meeting. Prime Minister has come back after cutting short his visit to the UAE. Now the big question is that after time and again we have been watching that these terrorists have been eliminated. We are standing in Baramulla where two of the terrorists have been killed by the Indian forces, and they have been clear-cut evidence also which is suggesting that they came from Pakistan side. But the manner in which the Pakistan's government ministers have been brazenly denying this fact, and they have been shifting the onus of this Pahalgam attack to the failure of Indian system, instead of accepting the fact that the kind of evidence and Pakistani nationals are being killed in that act of terror here in India. There's very much more which need to be done on the ground, and that is what the country has been awaiting, because enough is certainly something which is coming out from the chorus after talking to all those individuals is clearly to be mentioned on the national television, because anyone to whom we spoke to, they have been very much angry about the fact that the manner in which these cowardly attack has been done. In fact, Priya, for the first time I could sense that people are so angry that they themselves want to lynch these terrorists who have killed these innocent people. They are saying that tourists have nothing to do with the present scenario or the past scenario which has happened in the valley or any part of the Jammu and Kashmir. Why tourists were attacked? And this is what Rajnath Singh has also hinted towards, that the perpetrators need to be taken to the task is certainly something which is going to be important. At this location, although it's covered right now, but what we can tell you that the officers are going to reveal it. There are two sophisticated weapons, AK-47 rifles and the cartridge which can also be seen. So for the first time in this particular attack, we are expecting that the pictures of the recovery could be seen. But on the ground, okay, Priya, let's see. These are the AK-47 rifle which has been recovered from the possession of these two terrorists. There is a Pakistani make, weapon also. So exclusive visuals of the recovery which has been made from the terrorist side. We are awaiting the press conference to happen from the brigadier of the 19th division. But this is a clear-cut picture where you could see that there are Pakistani currency note also found from the possession of these two terrorists. So what else Pakistan need to see? The point is that they are shameless people. They don't have any fear, and that's why they have been continuing blabbering and talking, propaganda thing on their national television and on other social media platform itself.
Catering to the domestic audience is something that was started by Asim Munir, their army chief, former ISI chief. He clearly knew what he was talking about. But today, Raksha Mantri there saying that not only the perpetrators but also their masterminds across the borders will not be spared by India. We'll keep tracking developments, taking a quick breather.
Okay, don't worry. You okay? You need a water, sir?